everybody, thanks for joining this Instagram Live. It's Simone from Our Year in Bali. I love helping families relocate to Bali with lots of clarity and confidence. And as a mum of two, I understand how much is involved to plan to get to Bali, and then once in Bali, make sure that everyone feels safe and settled and happy and thriving. And that's why I'm here tonight to introduce to you a fantastic founder of Mums in Bali, the Facebook group. It is such an inspiration to meet the founder, Veruschka, and I'm glad that she's going to join this conversation with me this evening. So here comes Veruschka. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Hi Simone, how are you?
I'm really
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This has been a conversation that I'm really excited to start with, because you're one of my go-to resources for all of my families that are considering a move to Bali. And we're both together wanting our families to feel really safe and supported and feel like they're part of a home when they get to Bali, which is a big deal because a lot of people are leaving their support networks, their friends and family, and they're wanting to make new friends, and they're wanting to meet new mums, and they're wanting their children to feel safe and happy and settled. What you've done is you've created an amazing resource. So congratulations, and thank you so much for your time. This is really exciting.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought we could do is a little bit about your story as a mum moving to the island over 8 years ago, and having your two beautiful children with you and your husband. So what made you move to Bali? I'd love to hear more. Please give yourself a little bit of an introduction and background.
Of course, thank you. So yeah, we were originally, before Bali, we were in Hong Kong. So that's when we discovered we were pregnant, and was thinking, okay, is Hong Kong our hub? What do we do? And I always felt like, at this stage in life and being a first-time mom, I want to be closer to home. But Jakarta wasn't the ideal, big city to raise a family. And we've been always going to Bali back and forth, but of course for holidays. I never thought, but we were thinking, let's just start Bali for a bit and then see how it works out. And that little thought has just turned into a life.
Wow, absolutely. And so you decided to choose Canggu as your home. So tell us a little bit more about why you chose that area and why you chose the school, and just your life, what that looks like, and why you chose that part of Bali.
Yeah, obviously. I was like thinking about, back in the days, 9 years ago, I would say there was not really much in Brava or Canggu. The community was just more Seminyak. So every time we went for holidays, we started in Umalas, and then thought like, okay, let's be in the outskirts of Seminyak and then still be in the center. And then lots of opportunities opened in Canggu or in Brava area. I'm just like, okay, let's build villas there and then just see how it works out. Canggu Community School was there around the corner, and then we did our research like, okay, this could be perfect for us. And then there was the garden as well. So we didn't expect that it was going to be as big, but we're obviously super blessed that it turned out how it was.
Yeah, absolutely. So what sort of planning was involved to make that decision and testing out, and what was so important to you to make sure that everyone was, happy and thriving?
Research is, of course, like you're moving to a different country, you don't even know where to look, and you don't even know where to look and then how to look. What is it that you need? So, obviously it's just like bits and pieces everywhere. And then, Google here and there, like, what do I do? What are the how-tos and everything? So it was very, very interesting to the start, where we just kind of settled down and then just see, and then we just like made one day and pace it out as we go.
Yeah, and how long was the planning process? Was this a thought that you had, maybe took you 12 months to execute? Were you thinking years and years in advance, or was it just sometimes people?
Obviously not years. So found out that I was pregnant. I was like, okay, let's just keep a couple of months, and then they had like the 7 months of like able to fly anymore, and I was like, okay, let's just like think and probably have a few months to think like, okay, let's do Bali. And then of course, like, look for healthcare there. Is there a hospital there? That's just like everyday questions. Is there an actual hospital in Bali?
Yeah.
And credible ones. And yeah, and I was like, I'm pretty amazed with what the island has to offer. So to answer your question, it's like only a little bit of time to do all of the research. Where I wish I would have met you before to like navigate all of these things of just like the how-tos of Bali.
And it's, you don't know what you don't know. It's as simple as that.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
First time mom, and then you're moving back to your country, but you never lived in Bali before. And then what do you do? Like, where do you buy the essentials? Where do you set up a house and everything? But it was like a learning process day to day.
Yes, yes. And so how long do you think the settling process took? Did it take 3 months, 6 months to actually feel like this is home and you felt settled?
I would say because we were moving between houses because we moved in and then for some reason the house that we were living in it was leased out, so it was a bit of a mess, but it was very very interesting. So we got another lease and then we just had agents involved and with a newborn, and we only like really settled in like after like 5 months or 6 months, which I would
Yeah.
just like say that's like a speedy. But Speedy's settling in. But then again, there's just like always new things. As the baby grows, your family grows, the needs grows as well. So and then there's always something new in Bali, which is interesting because you just always have to have your eyes open of just like what's open, what do they have to offer. This is so good for this baby's age year gap, and then or where you are located.
And so you're talking about babies. So did you feel safe and happy to bring a baby to Bali? Because a lot of people are very nervous sometimes on, safety, vaccinations. Is it, what's
Yeah.
the perfect time?
Well, I gave birth here from day zero, and then with both girls, we had the same. We had the same option. We had the same pediatric from of the girls from day zero. So, and then they still see him. They still see both of them, and then they're both amazing. And we also have guidelines of Indonesian vaccination as well. Sometimes they don't comply to Western because you have to adjust with like where you are as well. Like you have dengue here, and then you have the JE Japanese vaccine as well, which is not unheard of in the West. So I would also imply like foreigners, if you're living here, you also probably like want to see head to head of the vaccination guidelines for your baby because we are in a tropical island and it's just different.
It's different, yes. But
Yeah.
otherwise, you would feel completely safe and happy to bring a newborn or a baby in. Like, there's lovely support
Yes.
services and
Uh-huh.
medical and
Support facilities are amazing. I would say what else? Like there's a support group. There's community. There's amazing helpers around. Even like healthcare like wise is like it's just it's still nice and supported. So I would say I'm happy, and I get like how some moms just feel like, oh, are there hospitals in Bali? Yes, we do have international hospitals here. But yeah, going forward, it's we have just like hospitals or healthcare in general, like it could be like mixed reviews, it could be like hit and miss depending on the cases, but like general wise in like babies or like vaccinations or even like um, mild stuff, I would say it's still supported here.
yeah, absolutely. And so were you always planning on staying in Bali for 8, 9 years? Or like most
No.
people, what was your
I
plan?
think, yeah, there's a saying, if Bali chooses you. Yeah, there is. It's like, oh, no, don't believe it. And they're like, yeah, it's just, and most of the people all of the families that we met here and friends who were here, they're just, their story is always like, no, we just plan to have like a summer holiday here or a Christmas holiday because, it's snowing, it's so freezing back at home. And then they were just like looking about the community, they're looking at schooling and lifestyle wise. So I would say like 80% of the families that I meet ended up staying here.
Wow. And so with the girls and growing as a family, and what do you think benefits are for the girls? Like obviously the school, you're really happy with the school, and just how are they thriving, and what activities and extracurricular activities they can do, and what does their life look like in Bali?
Very, very busy. Like considering that we're like on the island life, but there is everything. We're very happy with the after school activities. We're nearby the beach. We're an hour away from the mountain. So even with like long weekends, everything is full. There's summer holiday camps. There's just bits and pieces. And thinking, considering that it's a holiday destination. Academic wise, just very, very happy how everything's structured. And yeah, they are following a good curriculum. They're following all of the education, and then also like all of the fun stuff of just like there's gymnastics, there's singing, there's performance. So we're very happy like having all of these facilities around, and it's just it's just super near to us and very accessible.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's fabulous. So, what is there anything that surprised you about living in Bali that you hadn't planned for, or maybe a positive surprise, maybe a negative surprise? Anything that's come up as a mum with raising the girls, and what is there anything that might have been a surprise?
I would say yeah, I would say a positive surprise because we didn't really plan to be or like, oh, let's just have the baby and then like see how it goes. But then going forward, we're meeting all of these families and everybody is forming like a community, and from people who are like on holidays or maybe like a short term, they are flipping into residency, and then it has been growing and growing and growing, which is this. Wait a minute, like Bali used to be like a holiday
Yeah.
destination, like, and then this whole people trying to reside and moving and packing up their lives and moving to Bali because it has this magic, and sometimes it just keeps you and you don't go. So I'm very surprised how people has just got that hint of magic of just like, okay, we're staying here, and the community is ever growing and increasing. So that's a very good surprise of just how these are becoming your family, these are
Mm.
becoming your support group, and fellow moms, the kids, they're growing up together. And that's a good surprise where it's a very, very good community bringing up the kids, where that's the problem. Like the last thing I would think of Bali, because
Mm.
before it was like coming back here, people will come here for, honeymoons or hens or, just holiday breaks or like parties. But we didn't think about like, we're going to pack our bags and move to Bali and then just like start from zero.
Mm.
Um, but then like, that was probably like, what, 10 years ago, people would not think about it. But now everyone's just like, no, Bali is a great idea. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a very, very good surprise.
Yeah, no, that's a very good surprise. I completely appreciate that and agree with that as well. And obviously, I'm at the forefront, and I can see everyone's, changing their lives. And sometimes there's things going around in the world that they're not happy with, or they want to try
Yeah.
a different option, or they want a different.
Brave families.
Yeah. And so now, obviously, that's perfect to go into the Mums in Bali Facebook group and what you've created, because we're talking about community, and that is a surprise because we think usually Bali is that holiday destination, but no, it is a thriving community for expats, and all around the island. You've got 11,000 members and growing, and a lot of them obviously join just in preparation, but then there's a lot that obviously need to be part of the group in Bali, because you've got beautiful events now, you've got great friendships, you've got insights, you've got advice, it's just a parent go-to guide. So I'm a huge fan. I'd love to know, how did it all begin and what inspired you to start the group?
So it started off like I had my second child. She was a COVID baby, 2020. So it was a peak, but again, like very impressed by the hospitals, the medical care here, and everything. So gave birth probably 4 days before lockdown. So I was very lucky. And then as soon as we left the hospital, I think the president declared it as a national, pandemic.
Mm.
And yeah, everything was closed, but she was already out, and we were just like locked in. And then, you have your family, but you always have to, you always feel like the need to reach out, the need to belong. So I was like thinking, okay, have friends here and there, but I want to meet other moms, I need advice. Second time mom, still I have no idea what I'm doing. It's nice. And then, you would have like, you could Google, you could read, you could ask your pediatric, and then, moms knows best. It's like, okay, what do I do this? And then all of, fellow moms has the best tricks and advices. So that's a believe it and believe it. So created this Facebook group, and then we started very small, and then how it takes and it increased and grew organically. It just really amazes me how everyone's just like they're reaching out, and then just like giving out advices, or even people are just reaching out, just like being burnt out, or just like what do I do? And then it's very heartwarming seeing somebody that you don't even know, and then you give their advices, you give their suggestions, and those are really, really appreciated. And it grew and grew for like the past 4.5 years, and then from 30 members up to like 11,000 now. We just take, so we're just very, very happy.
Well done. I was going to say congratulations. And it's not just in Canggu, obviously, it's the island wide. So
It's the whole
anywhere.
island. That's why it's moms in Bali. You could be in. We even have some friends in Sidaman or Karangasem. They're just like, you know what? We have a little community here. Like, yes, you are moms in Bali, because if not, don't have to be in Canggu. You don't have to be in Sanur. It's everyone in Bali. You're a mom. You're in Bali. You're our community.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful how everyone reaches out.
Absolutely. If I was a new mum coming to Bali, or not even a new mum, just a parent maybe with any age child. So what am I going to find when I join the group as a member? What sort of information or opportunities could I be in part of that group? Because it's not just a group now; it's extended further. So if I'm a member, what opportunities and what things are out there for me to be part of?
So we have the community group. It's like a platform in a Facebook, which is basically, a closed forum of just mom and trusted moms, of people just seeking advice or giving advice as well. And then we also have the community app, Moms in Bali community app, which is on Circle. And then that's where it's just like more navigated into like a directory. And also we have events. So that's more structured. And we have our socials, which is Instagram, which is like have lots of promotions going on, lots of our videos, and of course us on Instagram Live like now.
Yes.
So it's a very we're reaching out to like all of these three platforms, so it's accessible to all of the moms to just see where we are and what we're doing.
That's lovely. And so what sort of feedback are you getting from the mums? And were they, as you said, I'm sure they're appreciating, meeting the meetups as well that you're doing, and the sort of the opportunities for discounts and events and making friends and all this, getting
Yeah.
advice, especially on an island that you've never been to, from a living point of view. So what sort of feedback are you getting?
Great feedback. So actually, a few months ago, I was like doing a talk, and mom came up to me and she was like, "I met my best friend of just like 10 years on your no, not 10 years. When we started up the group, and then we have been besties ever since." I was just like, "That's so nice," because they have 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to find that age group of kids, of just like hanging out community, if either you're homeschooling or homeschooling. And then you cannot do like play dates, anything, so you have like other different ones. So their 10-year-olds just hang out now, and they met their besties on Facebook. A few other friends like, oh yeah, you know what, I met her, and then we're doing business together. Or we have some members who are artists as well, or just I get to have like my exhibitions. So I would say like all of the community members, or even like people who has businesses, are like thriving and then connecting together, more together and more exposed within the platform. So I would guess it's a positive feedback that everybody is just like, okay, finally, we're doing meetups. It's not just a picture on Facebook that we're seeing on comments. And then yeah, it's just nice to just like have like all of our kids hang out, or even just like on a ladies' night. So
That's so nice.
yeah.
That's so great. because there is a lot of noise on Facebook. You know, being completely honest, there are so many groups out there. People are
Yes.
joining all sorts of groups and they don't know what they're
Uh-huh.
seeing anymore. So to cut out the noise, I think, you know, just going to a few key groups is really important. And so
Yeah.
yours would be, you know, the go-to Facebook group, which
Mm-hmm.
obviously extends to Instagram and to meetups and to events and guest speakers and all sorts
Mm-hmm.
of great things. So and friendship is super important. Absolutely, finding some besties in Bali. And a lot of people come to me saying, you know, how easy is it to make friends? So, you know, by, you know, being through your group and getting out to meetups and things like that, you know, it is, I think everyone's very open and inclusive. Would you say, how would you describe the mum community in Bali?
It's very positive. Like I just love how everyone brings like this excitement and then this great vibe to like events and there no one's cliquey, no mean girls, no nothing. We are here to support each other. So I have like every time we have events, we always have new moms and we always have moms that come solo and sometimes you're just like, I don't know anybody. I don't want to go, and then this is the point. You go there, you come to the events, and then you just end up with like all of these friends. And, we're all in the same boat. So we're just like, oh, yeah, I see you commenting or this and that. Or like, oh, I live around the corner from where you are. So it's just very nice. We're just like, everyone brings their own positive vibe because again, how community here in Bali thrives so much because I would say most of the families pack their bags and then they're living and relocating to a foreign country. Even some of the families has never been to Bali, like maybe as just a holiday, or maybe not even, and they have no idea what to expect. They're away from family, so your fellow mom, your fellow friends, and the other family, they become your extended family, and this is where like these are your support group, these are your family and your community to be there for you.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And a lot of, as you said, friends become family and people that you can trust. I mean, I had a
Yeah.
client say to me that, you know, some of their Bali friends that they felt like they couldn't actually leave their child with a sleepover and actually leave the country and feel confident that, you know, they'll be looked after for a few nights while they quickly went back to
Uh-huh.
Australia because they'd met
Yes.
beautiful Bali besties that were like
Only
family.
only in Bali, only
Yeah.
Indonesia.
That's right. It's just you never know who you're going to see, and yeah, the trust
Uh-huh.
is really, really important, but it's there absolutely. So no, I absolutely agree, and that the meetups are just taking it to the next level, which is
Yeah.
really important. And I 100% agree that everyone's in the same boat. So you know that's why I'm always explaining that to my clients that other one of my clients have been in that situation, and they're very welcoming, and I sort of create like a buddy system where you know people can get to the island and have already a friend or someone to rely on or ask questions
Yeah.
of. So
Uh-huh.
it's great. Absolutely great what
Uh-huh.
you're doing. Is there anything that you wanted to share? Obviously, the app's growing. The directory. What is on the directory? What will those meetups look like? Are they all around the island? Just some of the things that we could look forward to.
Yeah. So we have events. We always have scheduled events, and our directory is ever growing. We started off very small, maybe 30 partners, listing partners, and then um, all of these businesses are signing up organically as well. We're like, oh, this signed up, oh, this signed up, and then these are just like very, very big names, or even like homemade or emerging brands as well, or companies or restaurants as well. So we're just very happy to see that, and then. Inside the directory, we have a just diverse of just like F&B, we have hospitality, we have retail, we have wellness holistics, home solutions, we have healthcare and medical as well. So it's a diverse of everything. Things that you don't even know existed is in a directory, and it's just easy click. So you can just like see where the Instagram is. It directs you to the booking number. There's a description, and then also how to redeem
Mm.
um, your discount perk as a Mom in Bali subscriber. It says like all of the events. So it's nice and structured where oh, there's an event coming up, and then you see everyone's enthusiasm and interaction as well. And we previously just had a ladies' night, and then girly questions like, okay, what's everyone wearing? So it was very fun to just like it was our first ever ladies' night meetup, and the vibe was just like the laughter, everything was super contagious, and it was great. And been getting messages, can you do another one soon? It's like, okay. We
Yeah.
have to balance everything out, something for the kids as well. So we're
Yes.
doing workshops in the future. We're doing lots of talk shows as well, maybe panels, and so those are the things that we're looking at the moment.
Wow, that sounds like
Yeah.
a great idea. Some of those panels and guest speakers. That's
Yes,
great.
guest speakers. Just we're just doing like a variety of everything. So we don't want to have like just one segment of event. So it's just like something for everything. And we just try to rotate. And then sometimes I even have messages like, "Can you please do this or you do that?" Like, okay, you know what? You're the one who wants it. Like, you're a mom, a fellow mom, so you're
Yeah.
giving me the insights. Yeah,
That's what I love about Bali, that there's the entrepreneurial spirit, there's the
yeah,
international
very good.
community, so people coming from all around the world with all different ideas and different feedback and different ways of doing things, and everyone's coming together to collaborate and share and inspire. So yeah, that's why I think Bali's got that beautiful energy, and as you said, very super welcoming, and everyone's in the same boat. So yeah, absolutely, it's very exciting. And so,
It is.
what are the sort of main advice you see, or things that are keep coming up in the group? What are the mums out there concerned about? Just out of interest on what is everyone posting on or asking about? How's
Yeah,
the group going?
I would say it's always the usual: where to stay, where to live in Bali, where to go to school, how to get a nanny, and how to do what's pediatric, how's healthcare there,
Yes.
how's visas, how's paperwork, and this is where what you're doing is so amazing because you have bits and pieces of advice here and there, but it's all there with you in your guide and all of the information, where I wish I had that before moving and relocating. And then again, like those are the four topics. It's just
Mm.
always which part of Bali, what
Mm-hmm.
is it like, healthcare,
Mm.
nannies, and then visas,
Mm.
and and then healthcare. That's the
Yeah.
always same questions all over the time. You can go to the search bar, but sometimes it gets missed and
Yes.
everything. So yeah, so thank God for you, Simone. You're making relocating really really easy. So
Yes.
yeah, very happy that you're helping all of these families make that brave decision of just like, okay, packing my whole family and then moving to the other side of the planet, or just love us to Bali. And yeah, those are very very good advices
Thank you.
or like booklet that you have.
Thank you. Yes, I understand. Such a big decision. I just want to be that, that friendly face, that
Mhm.
coach, that supporter, that you can do it, make you feel really
Yeah.
confident,
It's
and
that little push, and then as a mom, it's like I don't know where to start,
yes.
and this is where what you're doing, and it's like it's super amazing because you don't, yeah, like you don't know where to start looking. It's like, what do I search? What is the keywords?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
everything's presented, yeah, and everything's presented very very nicely and neatly. So.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. What are your go-to tips and advice before we finish tonight? What would you advise families moving to Bali? What are those sort of considerations or any tips and advice that you'd love to share with us?
I would say like have an open mind and do your research, and also have your are you in Bali guide. I mean, like seriously, like you need to know, because we have some I know some families, or even on the Facebook thread, they made a few decisions where, and they relocated from the south of Bali into north
Mm,
of Bali. From north of Bali, they moved to Canggu, or even vice versa. But then again, with the topics and everything, one size does not fit all. And then it's just like what you need, how is your lifestyle, how it supports. So just make sure you know what to do, and then do a lot of research, and then just like have a great chat with you, Simone.
yay! Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's so exciting. Is there anything else that you want to share with us? I think it's so lovely because I'm here to get the parents and the families get over to Bali and feel safe and secure. and feel ready to hit the ground running and so forth. And then you continue on and create a beautiful community and make them feel
Yeah.
and it's just a lovely connection that we have together. So
Yes.
I think what you're doing is great. So yeah, is there anything else?
No, I think that's about it. Yeah, just a bit, probably like check our website, momsinbali.com. Check out our app as well. So you can just sign up at momsinbali.com if you have any questions. And just like we're on our email as well. We have our support. Join our Facebook group as well. And then everything is there. We're here to support and empower each other.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And also we're very happy to give any mums in Bali in the community, we're happy to give a 10% discount to the relocation services. So before you get to Bali, we're here to support you and we're going to give you guys a special 10% discount, which is really, really nice. But yeah, absolutely. I love what you're doing. I've been a big fan for many, many years. So well done. And I hope we keep in touch and I look forward to having more conversations with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I speak to you guys soon.
Yeah, excellent. Enjoy your evening. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you too.
Thank
Bye,
you. Thanks,
Simone.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.